Hey, this is Dave with Rough Notes Magazine. We're all about helping agents and brokers thrive, and we're impressed with what you're doing. Can we feature you and your team on our front cover?
Gentlemen, tell me the feeling you first had when you heard that you were going to be on the front cover of Rough Notes magazine.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. You get so busy just doing your thing and working in the business. And when you pop your head up and someone says, knock, knock, hey, you're doing pretty good. And we want to talk about you. That's like, what? You get out of your bubble and someone else wants to talk about your business. We were honored. Honestly, we're so proud of the things that we're doing or our people here. So it's just a tremendous honor.
Dave, what do you think?
I'd echo that, Jason. Yeah, I felt really honored. To me, it's just affirmation from a sourcing industry we really respect that, hey, we're doing a good job, right? You don't know. A lot of times you're just doing your job and you don't realize. And so, yeah, I was just very honored and we're thrilled by it.
I don't think maybe a lot of people know. Obviously, probably they don't, because not everybody knows you guys grew up there in the great state of Washington. And you guys used to be farmers agents. Isn't that right? Tell me about that. What made you leave the dark side?
That's a great question. So we were farmers agents for a long time. Gosh, I was a 27-year farmers agent. Andrew, what were you?
About 12 or 13 years.
12 or 13
Okay.
years. Yeah.
Yep.
Back in 2011, Jason, I started a software company, and it was a productivity management tool for the insurance industry. And through that, Andrew and I started working together on that project. We're going around the country talking at different Safeco events because Safeco was our largest client. And we're talking these events, and we realized there's something other than the dark side. Our eyes got open to this whole independent agent channel, what it was, what the opportunities were. And interest of time here, just one thing led to another, and we both sold our farmers agencies and started FirstMark back in 2013.
Be honest, was there a couple times, maybe 3, 4, 5 months in, you're like, man, this maybe wasn't the best idea? I mean, or were you guys just gung-ho the whole time?
I'll tell you, for me, if I can answer, Dave, I had some conversations with my wife, and she said, wait a minute, what was our paycheck today? What was that again?
And we've all had that conversation. Oh man, that's true. Dave, what do you think, man?
Yeah, it was a big step, right? It was a huge step, but I think we were just both so confident, Jason, that this independent model, we were both really successful in the captive side. And we just believed that this independent model was so far superior to the opportunity we would have to work with even more clients, improve closing ratios, be a true guide versus pushing one product. We could actually advocate for our clients. We just believe in the model. And yeah, it was scary. And we bootstrapped it for the first, 3 to 4 years. We thought, I remember our early pro formas, we'll be taking distributions by year 3. I think it was year 7, but it's, it's been awesome. We look back now and we don't regret anything in our captive days. Sure, we have the questions of, gosh, what if we would have done it sooner? But it's been an awesome ride.
Yeah, it really is. And just not only the business side of it, but the profession or the personal side. I say it a lot that I've met people that I never thought I'd meet. I've went places I never thought I'd go, and I've given my family the life that I never thought that I could give them because of this industry. And I think you guys probably feel the same way. Tell me about your business. Tell me what's the makeup of it, people, personal, commercial. What are you guys doing on a daily basis?
Yeah.
I'll take a crack at that, Dave. We got about 70 humans doing one thing or another. We've got kind of 4 teams that are rowing together. We got our agents, about 20, 25 agents that are out originating business, forming new relationships. We've got a personalized client care team that does the bulk of servicing that new business, allowing our agents to continue to grow and sell and not hit that ceiling. We've got a commercial department, and then we've got a 4th. We call it our private client division that helps our larger agents, takes more of those things off of their plates and helps some of the internal sales capacity as well. So those 4 teams together.
60 million in premium, isn't that right? Roughly about that?
Yeah, just over 60 million. And 80-20, Jason, is our split. 80% personal lines, 20% commercial.
Dave, I know you guys, you had the prior experience with the farmers. But to be doing this for 12, 13 years now, and you're at 60 million premium, 35 states, 70 people. I mean, when was it and what was that feeling when you're like, you're looking at Andrew and you're like, I mean, we're really doing this, right? I mean, we're really making this bigger than we thought. You know, what was that feeling? When was it about you guys had that talk?
Well, I mean, we looked at each other and said that comment multiple times every day for the first, 7 years. What are we doing? But I think we really started to realize how special and how significant this could become. Probably 5 years ago or so, when it's like most growth curves, right? It was steadily growing, and then we just hit that inflection point where it just took off, and that's when we looked at each other and said, okay, I think this is bigger than both of us really thought it could have been.
An agency,
about 5 years ago.
An agency that wants to do that, wants to be that, maybe they've got that incremental growth. What do you guys feel was that thing that made you just skyrocket?
Yeah. So well, I joked about it earlier about our distributions, right? They didn't happen until year 7. And I think that's a big part of it. We plowed every dollar we made back into this company. We just bootstrapped this thing, and we kept putting money in, not taking money out. And the answer is we've invested in people. We say that we'll take people over profit any day of the week. And I know that's contrary to what a lot of people are looking at. Hey, how do I increase my EBITDA? How do I get a bigger multiple? How do I sell? It's like, no, for us, it's like our people, we realize that having the best possible people and the best teams is going to allow us to have the best growth. And so that's, to me, when we really started to turn the corners, we got some good managers in place, and it went from just Dave and Andrew leading to multiple people leading the company.
Boy, you guys, you would take the two of us out of it, doing every last little thing, to really trusting and delegating people that have an ownership stake in their people and love this company just as much as we do. So now we're a team of 8 people rolling down the tracks instead of just the 2 of us.
Wow. There's the secret. I mean, really, Rough Notes listeners, when we listen to a lot of these agencies, that's it. It's when we decide, I love what you said, people over profit. I've never heard it said that way, but that's absolutely beautiful. And what's also amazing, I think in this day and age we live in, when you say the last 5 years, you subtract 5 and you realize that's right in the middle of COVID. Right? That's something that really took a lot of agencies out. I was reading here in the notes, and you guys, you're closing the office for COVID was an emotional one for you guys. It seemed like, I mean, what did that time look like?
Yeah, it was really emotional for me, Jason. I mean, I'm the elder statesman of FirstMark, right? I mean, having my 60th birthday this year. I've been around a long time. I've been 40 years in the industry. And for me, you do business a certain way, right? You have an office, you show up, you work 8:30 to 5, you're in a chair, you're doing this. And the thought of going remote was really emotional, but we came back from COVID. What do we have? A year and a half, I think, out of the office. We come back, and our team really, even though we came back on a hybrid, like a couple days in, 3 days off, they really, really wanted to, go to 0 in the office. And so we talked about it, and we went through the steps that would be required for that to happen. And we did, because I think COVID showed us we can be profitable, we can be efficient and effective. And so, yeah, we said, let's do it. So now today we're 100% remote.
Wow. Amazing. That's just absolutely amazing. And so what are some of your guiding principles, and how do you keep it to the culture to where it is, to where it's not becoming big and corporate-y?
I'll tell you our biggest, like, kind of our mission statement. And then Andrew, maybe you can tackle the guiding principles, because we have 4 guiding principles that we're very clear on. But for us, Jason, our mission is we want to deliver the best customer experience in the insurance industry for those clients we choose to do business with. That's our mission statement. It is. It's about delivering
the clients you choose to do business with. I like that. I like that.
So that is our mission statement. That's kind of that star on the horizon that we were always trying to achieve, right? But within that, then we have 4 guiding principles. Andrew, if you want to share those.
Yeah, and what that looks like is our 4 guiding principles. Number 1 is positive attitude. Man, everything starts with attitude. Looking for the right things, having the right perspective on problems, situations, everything. So positive attitude is number 1. Confidence is number 2. Delivering confidence to our clients
Mm.
And the
Mm.
advice that we give them, the experience that we give them, delivering confidence to our colleagues too at FirstMark. This is a great place to live. My job is safe. I know what I'm doing. I know where I'm
Mm.
going. I'm supported. I'm loved. It's a positive attitude, confidence. Number 3 is pursuit of excellence. You aim for perfection, you're going to miss it, but you're going to land on excellence. So
That's
everything we
right.
do is having a coachable mindset, never settling for I have everything figured out in this business. We're always learning. So pursuit of excellence. And the last one is thoughtful and kind. Just the way
Mm.
that we treat each other, the way that we treat our clients
Mm.
is different. It's not all about numbers and cents and profits and hardcore deadlines. Yes, we want to be excellent and professional, but treat each other with kindness. Be thoughtful to your
Mhm.
colleagues, to your clients. So positive attitude, confidence, pursuit of excellence, and thoughtful and kind. And we talk about those things all the time.
Yeah.
I was a little nervous about presenting it too many times on our monthly agent meeting, and Dave encouraged me, no, don't apologize for that, over and over and over and over again. And it's nice to hear those words coming back from our people. They're using them in emails, using them in conversations. It just becomes the language of who we are.
I heard something from Jason Sanders, who is the senior vice president of IPFS and second in line. He'll be taking over CEO soon. I was doing a interview with him, and he said something that I thought was really great. He said, "Clarity is kindness."
Hmm.
I like that. It's especially amongst us team members, right? And us leaders speaking to our people in our office, that sometimes we forget that being kind means just being clear as to what expectations are,
Yeah.
what you're needing, what maybe the job is, right? And I really thought that was great. So when you threw the fourth being thoughtful and kindness, I
Yeah.
really thought that it's about being clear as to what is your role here at our agency at FirstMark. Here is clearly what you're going to get by working here, but then
Yep.
also with our clients, right? I mean, they don't understand insurance, but to be kind to them is to be clear as to what they have and the services that we're going to provide them. I thought that was really, really
Yeah,
good
I
when I
love
heard
that.
him say that.
And you know what,
Yeah.
JC, too? I think it helps us and our managers when we are clear. And so these
Mhm.
4 guiding principles and our mission statement allow us to be very clear. And I'll give you a negative example of that. We just had a situation here recently, just this week, where we had a meeting with our entire agency force, and the whole group got together. We went over some of the things we talked about were those guiding principles. We had a situation the next day where we had 2 team members we let go because it was really clear they were not aligned with who we are, and they did not
Mm.
live into those 4 guiding principles. And so it's a clear conversation too. It's not a surprise to them. It's not hard on the manager. It's like, look, this is who we are.
That's right.
It's not fair to you to ask you to live into something you don't believe in. So anyhow, I
Mhm.
think clarity, for sure, the clarity, the more you are confident in who you are as a company, what you stand for, what you believe, it makes everything much easier.
Now, when you say that you're looking for the client, like the clients that you choose to do business with, which I love. Come on, Rough Notes listeners, back it up. Hit the 15-second. Well, now you probably have to do it 10 times to get back to where we were. But for you, I love how you said that, because everybody is just like, not everybody, most people is, hey, whoever comes in, we're here to help them. Boy, that's just what we do. Sometimes I think agents think they're a nonprofit. You know what I mean? It's just like, hey, whoever it is. Now, I'm not saying that you guys are kicking people out, but what determines who you choose to work with? You got any clarity on that?
Yeah. We had a document. It's called our brand compass, where we have a segment in there that says our ideal profile of a client, right? And I won't go through all of them, but I will tell you that the number one thing on there is they value advice. Okay.
Mm.
So they value advice. They value, they want value over a cheap price as well. They're looking for that. So we teach our agents the conversation. I probably should let Andrew talk to this because he trains our agents. Sorry, Andrew. But, when we have a conversation, Jason, you come in and you're a prospect. We're going to say, Jason, listen, I know you called today probably because you want to save money on your insurance, right? I get that. Everybody wants to do that. So let's agree on that's one of our objectives, is try to save you money. But if you don't mind, let's set that aside for a minute, because I'm going to tell you, I think the most important thing for you is you have the right coverage. Because if I give you a cheap price on the wrong coverage, I didn't help you. I know that I'm going to try to help you save money, but I want to do it in the context of getting you the right coverage. So we're going to talk about your
Mhm.
coverage, and we're going to then go find you the most affordable price we can on that coverage. And so that's really for
I
an
love
ideal
that.
client is someone that leans in and goes, okay, I get it. That makes sense. The person we're not going to work with that says, no, Dave, I said I want a cheap price. I want state minimums. That's what I want. I'm going to say, you know what?
Yeah.
I got a great agency down the street. They're going to love you. Let me get you with that.
Yeah, that's right.
We don't blame the people that come to us for price only mindset. That's the of the messaging. That's
right.
Price. This is a commodity. Just grab the cheapest thing. So when they come in the front door thinking price, we validate that. Absolutely. Pricing is important. The good news for you is we work with 20 different companies and we're going to find a competitive offer. Let me ask you this. Coverage is even more important. And as I study through your policies, if I find something that's broken, your home is underinsured, your auto has liability limits that don't match your net worth, is that information you're interested in? Or are you truly just looking for the lowest price? Every single time they answer, oh, well, no, you're right. Coverage is important. I want it just reframes the relationship, and the conversation is now we're the guide walking you through everything that you need.
You know, one of the things I love about that is that's similar to how I teach my commercial agents. I kind of teach them that a lot of times as agents, we don't want to ask the tough questions up front, but they always get answered at the end. And then it's too late, right? You know what I mean? Like how many times do we get into that? And Rough Notes listeners listening to this as well, is you get to the end and then you realize it was all about price. And it was like, but you didn't want to ask that question up front, or you didn't want to make the aside, or you didn't want to lay down clear guidelines like you are. And it's like, well, now you just wasted all that time instead of asking them. And a lot of times we didn't even go about explaining to them why it was more important than price like you are. So that's all they associate with it in. I've heard Brent Kelly from Sitkin's group say, price is always important. We just don't want to make it the most important, or we want to help them understand that it's not the most important thing. And some people can't get off of that. And I love how you guys do that. Yeah. That is super. Very well said as well, Andrew.
Yeah.
So
I'm inspired, Andrew. I want you to start training me. That was awesome.
Hey, one more. Let me give you one more.
Here we go. Back up, everybody. Grab your popcorn.
There's 3 things that every one of our clients deserves to have. Again, they deserve that. It's not that we're amazing, we're awesome, look at us, we deliver these things. You deserve all 3 of these things. The right coverage, number 1. Once that's in place, then you deserve the best pricing. And the third one is world-class service and advice. And on this engagement, I'm going to give you tons of good advice, setting up your plan on the back end. When our team gets involved, they're going to give you all kinds of claims advice, billing advice, all kinds of advice going through that. But if you don't have all 3, you're missing something. You're with a direct carrier, maybe you're getting a good price, but who knows if you're getting world-class service or good advice. If you're with a captive agent, God bless them, but you're not getting, who knows if you're getting the best pricing and coverage. You only have one product to choose from. So everybody deserves all 3 of those things.
Well, I'm definitely not as good as you, Andrew, because I'm really not that great, especially. But I tell my people a lot of times, they've heard me say it. We're not here to sell insurance. We're just here to help people purchase it. Right? We're here to try to educate them, let them make the best decision, obviously. And some of the other questions I had here, which you went right into it, Andrew, which is some of the training and coaching and agent development. There's no way you can have 60 million in premium. There is no way you can have 70 employees. There's no way you can have 70 employees all sitting in different offices from each other without having some great coaching and development. And it sounds like that. I mean, is that all you do, Andrew? Is what in the agency?
It's the bulk of it. I started as a producer early on, getting premium on the books. I built up my book of business to a level where I could, pay my bills and be okay. And then kind of transitioned really in the last 2 years to developing our agents. We've learned so much. I'm really proud of our training strategy right now. We divide everybody into 3 groups. We've got our foundation agents, we call them. Those are in the first couple, 3-4 years, maybe up to 2 million GWP in their career. They're just learning the habits. They're learning our sales practices, our process, having all that language be second nature to them. So I'm really focused on them. Twice a week, I get on one-on-one with them, listen to their phone calls, press pause. That was awesome. I love how you did that. Ooh, have you thought about this? Let's maybe do this next time. Make sure you don't forget to do this. It's just in your face. Half of them get off just sweating bullets. It's super nerve wracking. No one likes to listen to their own voice, but do a lot of intensive stuff, some group training, some mastermind once a month with that group. Once they graduate from that, they've been doing that for a year. Things are just smooth. Their intake calls are good. Their presentations are good. Their time to bind. First call to binding is, 5 days, 7 days, whatever it is. Then they jump into journeyman. And we back it off. We go once every 2 weeks. We have a check-in call, just making sure their processes are still good. All the documentation is great. They're just kind of a little bit hands-off, but still connected for the next year. And after that, then they graduate into tenured. And you've been here for 5-6 years or whatever. Now it's a quarterly check-in. Now we're doing higher level conversations. What are your goals for this year? What's your plans to execute on those goals? Wow. Where are you in our, agent in good standing? So everybody's clear on exactly where they're at. It's really enjoyable.
Wow, that does. Let me ask you this. This is actually kind of a cool little question here that I came up with. What's harder, coaching a new agent or convincing a seasoned one that they still have room to improve?
You know the answer to that, Jason. Why would you ask that question?
I don't know. I mean, that's tough. You know what I mean?
What's your gut tell you, Jason?
Well, it's probably trying to convince a new one. I mean, the seasoned ones are the hard-headed, in my opinion. I mean, maybe I could be wrong about that. It's like teaching an old dog new tricks, or somebody who becomes successful and he or she's making $200,000, $300,000 a year, and you're trying to convince them, well, why do I need to do that? Look at me, I'm driving an Audi Q7, and I mean all that stuff like that. So I would imagine so, but I don't work with 70 some people to be able to have that coaching like you do. So that's what was that? What was the first one?
Foundation agents. Yeah. I knew a different term other than newbies. So foundation was really more respectful.
And then journeyman.
And tenured.
And then tenured. That was good. That was good. When you did that journeyman, I was thinking this is a union shop. That's what I was thinking. I'm thinking this might be a union shop over here.
We haven't signed a document again. Yeah.
So let me ask you this. I'm just going to get detailed here for a minute, Andrew. So you have this, you obviously, most of us agents have our phone calls recorded. Do you usually just go pick 2 or 3 and have them ready and have them sit there well, they're not in the office with you. I guess they're probably listening to it on the phone, and you have some software that you review that with. Give us a snapshot of that.
Yeah, we use Microsoft Teams. And so we have a video call. So we're looking at each other in the face on one screen. On the other screen, I've got a couple of things pulled up. We use Easy Links, and we're using Sales Center really hard. Half of all these foundation and journeyman agents, it is literally required. We don't require a ton, but it's required that they use Sales Center. And in there, it's their pipeline all laid out. I know where their new opportunities are, what opportunities are being quoted right now, what ones are being sold, and all that stuff. So I'm able to look at their recent accounts and then go pull up a recent phone call. It's pretty easy. Our phone system is logged into Easy Links, and you're able to just within a couple of minutes or whatever, you pull up their phone call. And then I also pull up all the activities. So I'm able to see what their communication with the client was, what their follow-up emails were, what their texts were. And then I'm able to pull up their side-by-side presentation that we have. So at the end of the engagement with the customer, we put it into an Excel spreadsheet, all their stuff from State Farm or whatever on the left-hand side, and whatever we are recommending is on the right-hand side, and we go line by line with the customer. And so I'm able to look at that proposal with the younger agents and help them design what it looks like, highlight this, make sure this is right, reorder this, and then watch them walk through that. So we use all that technology.
Okay. And then being involved in being spread out, I'm 35 states. How do you get involved in the community? Is there anything that you ask your people, like, hey, we ask that you be a part of a civic organization, or how's that work being spread out so big?
Yeah. Dave, you want to take that one?
Yeah, we really don't, Jason, outside of like where we're based here in the Pacific Northwest in the Seattle area. So we have a few charities that and organizations we participate with here locally. When we do something here, usually what we'll do is, like, for example, there's a food drive we did earlier this year, and we ask our people just to donate money that they want, and then FirstMark will match whatever their donations are. So we'll do things like that.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it's really the only time we do anything, get everybody together. We have employees, we're in Seattle. We have employees in Maine. We have employees in South Carolina, Tennessee, all over. And
Wow.
we bring them together. We try to every year for our Christmas party. I think this year at our Christmas event, we had 65, 70 people in the room.
Yeah.
And so, we get a lot of them to come, but it's really hard. That is one thing. I talk to some of these other agents in peer groups, and we talk about, their small town offices and the things they do, sponsoring a baseball team and things like that. And so we don't really have those opportunities. But we do a few organizations we love to support.
Wrapping up here, I'm going to ask that you guys are going to give me 30 seconds each. But before we do that, we're going to go into a little rapid fire. I've never done this before. All right. So we're going to do a little rapid fire, a little quick. Which one's more emotional, personal lines or commercial lines?
Personal lines.
Yeah. Personal
lines. Sure. You think so? What's better, renewals or new business?
Renewals.
New business. More fun.
I love it. I love it. One of my mentors, you told me that the business that stays is the business that pays.
Preach.
Yeah, that's what he told me. Hard market or soft market? Pick one.
Hard market.
Yeah, I gotta go hard.
Yeah, it seems like to us, I don't know if this is true for everybody, but it's like if you're kind of a veteran, you like the hard market because it keeps all the young bucks away from your business. And I remember when I was brand new in the business, I came into a soft market and I was just able to write everything possible. So it kind of serves both sides there.
Mm-hmm.
COIs, last question. COIs, necessary evil or a daily headache?
Great opportunity.
Ooh, Dave. Andrew, you agree?
I do. Yes.
Okay. All right. That's my first ever rapid fire session. You guys pass. All right. Dave, wrap this up in 30 seconds and we'll cut over to Andrew. Appreciate you guys being on here. Tell us some stuff.
Yeah. Something we didn't get to that I was sitting here thinking about this whole time is, we're talking about Andrew and the wonderful job he's doing, like managing the agents and training and doing all that. We would be so remiss if we did not mention our leadership team that we have at FirstMark. We have a COO who's been with us for many years. She's amazing. She knows everything about FirstMark. She is involved in every aspect of FirstMark. We've just moved to we're going to EOS as an organization, and she's our integrator. She's brilliant. And she's the heartbeat of our company. And so her, and then in addition to that, we have two managers in commercial, one for the new business team, one for the renewal team. We have a manager in personal lines client care. We have a manager of our private client group, and we have a manager did I say personal lines client care already? I feel like I missed somebody, but
I think you did.
We just have an amazing management team, leadership team that we if you really want to know why we're successful, they have a ton to do with it. That's
people over profit.
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Andrew?
I would say I'm really proud of our model. I think what a lot of people bump into is you come in as a really good salesman, you sell a bunch of stuff, and then you got all these customers and it's a really good book of business, but then you hit a ceiling to where you need to take good care of those people too. So our model is such that our agents start the relationships and they're able to include or add our client care team to that relationship, which frees the agent to continue to grow and just blow right past that ceiling. So we've got agents at 2, 3, 4, 5 million in premium. And there's nothing stopping them because they're able to continue to focus on the things that they're really good at, talking to people, starting new relationships, and bringing in new business.
Fantastic. Once again, Dave and his team knocked it out of the park by picking you guys. And, I really greatly appreciate you guys coming on. We could have probably sat here for an hour, but no one wants to listen to me, you, or Dave for an hour. Okay. Yeah. So let's just be honest here. It's hard enough to get my wife to listen to me for 5 minutes. So, hey, I really do greatly appreciate you. Andrew, thanks. Dave, you guys are great examples of what we want for our society and our industry to recognize an independent insurance agency to be, right? Somebody that is going to be committed to our people, going to put people over profits, going to be involved in the community, trying to train and help people every day. Utilizing new business practices like the EOS, and that's going to be great for you guys. I can't even believe you're not even on that. You guys are going to even go to bigger heights, which is amazing. So just thank you very much. Really do appreciate it. This was been a good choice once again for the Front Cover magazine, or not the magazine, Front Cover podcast for the Rough Notes magazine, I should say. So Once again, all you Rough Notes listeners, this is why you're lucky to have Rough Notes. And also keep in mind, if you do not pay attention as much other than this is on the Agency Intelligence Network. And we just did a podcast, and I don't know if it's been released yet, but we did one on Walt, who is the CEO, past CEO. He passed on May 12th of 2025. And me and Roger Sitkins just did a celebration of life for him. So if it's not already out, be prepared to see that. You can find that on the Agency Intelligence Podcast Network at any time. All right. Andrew, Dave, thanks very much for joining us, and congratulations to you.
Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it, Jason.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. We're out.